Hey there, Dani K coming to you from Dani K General Wellness. Today's tip is about fat-free foods. I hear it all the time, especially when I do meal plans and stuff. Should I stay away from the fat-free, or doing fat-free stuff? Should I stay away from the fat kind? What should I do? I always say fat doesn't make you fat. So your body, you need fat, you need carbs, you need proteins. And one of the main misconceptions about fat-free food is people think that the fat makes them fat, so if they don't eat fat, they're not going to get fat. But what happens when you're doing fat-free or even sugar-free, you think in your mind you can eat more of it, but it still has calories. It has more chemicals in it. Like, for instance, the fat-free, let's just say fat-free salad dressing. If you take like the French and and the regular French and do fat-free French, if you look at it and compare the labels, you'll see that the fat-free has more carbs, sugars, all that kind of stuff. They're taking fat out, so they have to put something in to make it taste good. So, the thing is, if fat doesn't make you fat, which it doesn't, the calories, I mean, when you're on the treadmill or the arc trainer or whatever, whatever cardio piece that you're looking at, when you're looking at the stats of it, it doesn't say how much fat you're burning or how many proteins you're burning or how many carbs you're burning. It tells you how many calories you're burning. So calories in, calories out. Calories, overeating the calories is what makes you gain the weight, okay? So and also when you think of a product having, fat in it and you're scared to have the fat, you'll use less of it. You'll definitely take, or most people will think about taking more of the portion size of it. Again, with like sugar-free foods, if you're having, like the sugar-free cookies, people think, oh, it's sugar-free, and they're shoving it in their mouth. Well, they're not carb-free, they're not calorie-free. There's still stuff in it, plus all the chemicals and everything. So the main thing with all of that is just eating as much as you can. Eating, not eating as much as you can. I mean, say eating, comma, as much as you can, comma. Foods in its regular, natural form. And that way, there's less chemicals in it. Like for instance, rice is not white. We humans, man, quote unquote, bleach it to make it white. So if we eat foods in its more natural form, we tend to have less, less of the chemicals. And the chemicals is what, not that they make us gain weight, but the chemicals, have the preservatives, the shelf life kind of thing. So think about it, if it has shelf life, it's going to have body life, it's going to have belly life, so it's going to kind of stick around, So eating foods in its more natural form, eating foods that might just have the fat in it, but doing portion size. Now, that said, you definitely want to look at the different kinds of fat that you're ingesting. Now, obviously there's good fats and bad fats. You don't want to ingest a whole bunch of bad fats, so you still want to be aware of what kind of fats that the product that you're eating has in it. Okay, so but don't think that just because you're eating something that's fat-free, you're doing something good. Because if you look at the label, if you compare, that fat-free product with the fat product, the product that has the, the fat in it in its natural form, you look at those and compare those labels, then, you see what you're dealing with. Again, fat doesn't make you fat. You do need fats in your system. You need proteins, you need carbs, good carbs. So when people start doing the fat-free or the carb-free, or, trying to go no-carb diets and stuff like that, your body needs those things. So when you don't do those things, your body, starts to, kind of falter. You start to crave certain things, and then you start shoving shit in your mouth. Bad stuff, or overdoing it because your body's craving it and you're saying, oh, I can't have this, so you're shoving all this other stuff in your face. So, think about portion sizes and introducing and keeping, fats in your diet, carbs, good carbs. Every now and then we need a little bit of bad carbs. When I do a meal plan for people, my bad carb basically is my avoid list, which is bread, rice, pasta, milk, cheese, soda, sugar, alcohol, and red meat. So I say red meat, avoid. I always say things to avoid, not ixnay, because again, if you totally tell your body that you can't have X, Y, Z, you're going to crash, and you're going to either eat all this crap over here trying to avoid this, or you're going to shove that in your mouth. So, you know, you have to watch the cravings. You have to watch what you totally take out of your daily intake. Again, avoid my avoid list that I read off. Avoid, not completely take away, because you every now and then put some bread in, every now and then put some brown rice, wheat bread, wheat pasta. You know, those things are just things that I tell people on my meal plan to avoid, because it kind of collects here in the belly. So most of the time, people that come to me, they want their belly, they want their abs, you know, so those are things to avoid to, you know, get those results that they need. And then every now and then kind of, you know, putting it in. Moderation, not deprivation. That is the key with everything. If you completely, I had several years, I mean, I've been doing this for several years, and I always have clients tell me that they're going to completely take sugar out of their diet, or completely take whatever out of their diet. And I'm like, good luck. I'm not trying to set you up for failure. However, your body needs certain things, and if you don't give your body here and there moderation, you're gonna crash, and you're gonna shove everything in your face because you're depriving your body of this, and or you're gonna shove everything, plus you're gonna go back to that thing that you told yourself you weren't gonna eat. So don't ever tell your body and tell yourself that you're never gonna eat XYZ food ever again. I always tell people, you know, think about like with your kid. You tell your kid, don't touch that. Don't touch, what's the first thing they want to do? They want to go touch it. Now, if you tell your kid, don't touch that till mom comes home or dad comes home, or don't touch that, you know, give them a time span or whatever, you know, 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, okay. And then maybe they'll come back and say, hey, mom's home, can I touch that? And then it's over with, or they might even forget, you know. But don't ever, I mean, you know, as kid, you know, as a parent, you tell your kid not to touch it, they're gonna want to touch it, you know. So it's just like with your body. If you tell your body you can't have it, that's the first. You might do good the first day, the second day, the third day, you might be going, oh no, and eventually you're going to be eating it. So never deprive your body of anything. Moderation, not deprivation. But look at those the labels, and you know, doing fat-free foods, you're going to put a lot of chemicals, more calories probably, more sugars, more carbs. You know, look at those labels. Take a chance. I don't know if you have anything, if you're at home or work or at a grocery store, you know, look at a fat-free product of the same kind of full fat version. Like I said, French dressing. I said earlier, if you take French dressing or anything that's fat-free, you have that full fat and the fat-free version. Look at those labels and see what, let's say, crap is in the fat-free stuff, and see how much, you know, the portion sizes are different, the carbs might be different, the sugars are different, because obviously if you take that fat out, you've got to pump it full of something to make it taste good. So think about that when you go through. And a lot of times if you know that this is a fat version, like it's got fat in it, you will take a portion of it. If you think that it's fat-free, you're gonna pour that salad dressing or eat those cookies or whatever it might be. You're just gonna be like, oh, it's fat-free. It's fat-free, but it's not calorie-free. So remember, fat doesn't make you fat. Calories, overeating your calories, make you gain the weight. Again, the treadmill doesn't count fat. You don't burn fat. You do burn fat, but I'm saying when you're looking at the numbers, it's not telling you how much fat you're burning, it's telling you how many calories you're burning. Calories in, calories out. So it's the quality and the quantity of the calories that make or break the situation, the goals, the results, okay? So stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Bye.